Prominent Christians, including a past faith advisor to former President Obama, forms a political action committee. It's called Not Our Faith. That's the name of it. And they plan to roll out a six-figure TV and digital ad buy focused on Christian voters in battleground states. More specifically, they want to chip away at Christian support for President Trump. Evangelicals and Catholic voters helped propel President Trump to the White House in 2016. The first digital ads are about to drop in Michigan and Pennsylvania, and they focus on President Trump's claim that he is closer with Christians than Democrats. The ad states that they, quote, don't need Trump to save them. The truth is that Trump needs Christians to save his failing campaign. Again, that's what the ad says. Among the PAC's advisory council members include Michael Weir, a former faith advisor to Obama's administration and reelection campaign. Also, Autumn Vandehei, a former aide to one-time Republican Representative Tom DeLay of Texas. Weir said that in an interview that Trump has a, quote, predatory way. In a predatory way, he's attached himself to Christians. And let's talk more about this and bring in our brand power panel. Back with us again, Allison Maloney, a Newsmax contributor and founder of Allison May Public Relations, and also back with us again, marketing and branding expert Dr. John Tantillo. He is an applied research psychologist. Allison, John, great to see you both.
Great to be here.
Great to see you.
All right, so will these ads actually affect President Trump's Christian supporters? Allison, first to you.
No, I don't think so, John. He has such a strong support, and negative ads don't have as much of an effect on voters. And even studies in the last couple of elections, ads like this, they don't really sway voters. People's minds are already made up.
Yeah, and John, that's a good question. I've seen that same research, Allison, and you obviously know way more about this type of stuff than I do when it comes to the audience response, but when it comes to commercials. But John, if negative commercials don't work, why is it that all I see are negative commercials, the mudslinging ones?
Well, because that's what has worked in the past, and it's very, very hard for these consultants to learn new ways. And, Allison hit the nail on the head when she mentioned the fact that these commercials are not working. It's more the digital stuff. And I'm more impressed by the fact that the Trump campaign is mining voters at these rallies where they're picking up 16% Democrats and 18% or 19% folks who never voted before, and add that to their ground game, and the polls are all wrong.
Yeah, and I saw some stats, John, I think specifically referencing Trump's rally in Sanford, Florida earlier this week. 16% of the rally attendees had never or were voted Democrat in the last time around, and 24% of the crowd had never voted before. So that supports your statistics there. Now, I also kind of have a rule on this program where we don't do stories about people like Kanye West running for president because it's not very serious, but I always have an exception to the rule, and we don't cover them unless they release a campaign ad for brand power segment. So here's a look at the Kanye ad. We're not going to play any soundbite because, we don't want to waste the time there, but production value wise, looking at this, let's just pretend Kanye West is not rapper Kanye West. He's actually a serious candidate for president. Allison, how do you do with his first campaign commercial?
He's still running?
I don't think so. I think he started a write-in campaign, but let's pretend it isn't Kanye and just look at this in terms of a classic campaign commercial. How does it rate?
I think it's a decent commercial. I think he did a good job. I like how he talked about we need faith, back in our lives. I thought that it was well produced. So I can't say it's a horrible ad. It is a positive ad. It's what people need. It's uplifting. So I think he did a good job with it.
Here's what Allison was talking about. Quote, families are the building blocks of society, of a nation, and by turning to faith, we will be the kind of nation, the kind of people God intends us to be. John, that's a pretty good message if you're running for office, right?
Yeah, I think so. But, it's not about us. It's all about the customer, as we like to say in marketing. And I don't know whether or not it's going to work or not. I think the jury is out. We got to see whether or not it's going to work.
Now, I would like to, find a time machine and go back in time and play these commercials for myself. Not just Donald Trump is one thing, right? He's the president of the United States, of course, but go back like 10 years and think that we'd have two campaign commercials, one that would say, I'm Donald Trump and I support this message, and then another one that would say, I am Kanye West and I support this message. Sign of the times, folks. Here we are, 2020.
Yes.
John, Allison, great to see you.